Hello students, today I'll talk about the components of culture. So let me start with this lecture. So it's on components of culture part 2. There are different ways to break down the components of culture. So below is one of the ways. Survival. Under survival we get food, clothing, defense, shelter. Now what does food is about? Edible sources of energy. B is clothing. It is protective covering for the body. Number C is defense. Tools and strategies used to protect people from threats. Number D is shelter. Structure used to protect people and their belongings. Now, in our first part of components of culture, we talked about the different components. And in this slide, you will find that those components are actually explained in more detail. So here we are getting food, clothing, defense, shelter, which are very essential for survival. And whenever we look into the different cultures of the society around the world, we do find that these are the most essential part of human survival or human existence. It is not only the components of culture, rather, this food, clothing, and shelter, mm, and defense at the same time are the basic human requirements. We don't look into all these aspects as our as a survival or as a component of culture, or we look into these things as the basic requirements of human life. So this first slides on survival are the very essential, or we can say the must component parts of culture. Number two is education. The way people in a culture learn what they need to in order to be successful in their culture. So, education is not a new word. We know what education is, but in terms of components of culture, it is said the way in which people learn what they need, what they need to know in order to be successful in their culture. So whatever is being taught to us as a member of a particular community, you are a community of the South India or South America, North India or North America. You learn certain cultures, and this is learned, and this is being given to us by our elder generation. So this is what is education in the process of or in the components of culture. Number C is transportation. The way a culture gets people and goods from one place to another. Okay, so when we say regarding this transportation in culture, or it or we can say the movement of certain culture, then it is seen or explained in terms of transportation. A way, the way a culture gets people and goods from one place to another. So when there is culture, there is language, which is one of the essential components of culture. So through language, we can say the transportation in culture happens. Number four, it is communication. The way a culture shares ideas and messages. In transportation and now in communication, we do find one common thing, that is language. It is through language, firstly, and in communication, it can be through sometimes non-verbal communication also. At the same time, another way of communication can be through media, where we see and we learn the ways of life or culture And this is how communication shares with us the ideas and messages of particular culture. Next is economy, the way people in a culture get what they need and they want. So when we say survival, we do say economy Be- because if we need survival, if we have survival in life, we also need economy in life because economy is the way through the survival can be achieved. So mm, when the components of economy is seen, it is said that the way people in a culture get what they want and they need. So when we are in a particular culture, following a particular culture, definitely uh, in many of the situations, we do find there are economy which is particular to uh, that there are certain economic activities, sorry, I mean to say, which is particular to the culture. That is one way when people get their livelihood. Another may be through the general occupations, which are available in every culture, irrespective of their place, time, or distance. So, when I'm telling economy and culture, and when I'm telling that there are particular economic activity associated with the culture, so we can say, for example, weaving, or we can say basket making. So, these are particular activities which is not very common in all the different communities of the world. But this basket making is very much. I can give you an example of the Naga society where people are involved into basket making, and this can be a source of their economic activity and for their survival. And on the same manner, if I say economy in general, maybe that people are working in different offices, people are working in MNCs, people are employed as teachers, people are employed as government officials. All these are also a part of the culture, or all these are economy, and this is how economy becomes an essential component of culture. And six, technology, man-made tools that make life easier. So definitely in components of culture, when I say man-made tools that make life easier, we do get mobile phones, we do get television, we do get other necessities in our life. Small little things, everything consists of a technology. Computers are there. We have these apps. We have because of which this recording is possible, and by which you can uh, see this slides and understand what is being uh, given or what is being lectured in the slide. So all these are technology, and it becomes that these are also nowadays a component of culture. Social structure, who is considered important in a culture and who isn't. So this is in terms of human relationships and human existence, like who is given importance in the family, in the country, and in the society, who is being ignored in the family, in the society. Likewise, it depends and it varies from culture to culture. Number eight, beliefs and transition. The ideas a culture believes in and the way they celebrate those beliefs. Okay, so these beliefs and traditions are very much non-material culture, and this non-material culture are converted here, are represented in the forms of our components. So definitely we do have beliefs, we do have ideas uh, which is being celebrated by the people of a particular culture they belong to. The beliefs and traditions may be in terms of different festivals which people celebrate. Okay, celebration of New Year, maybe Bengali New Year, Assamese New Year, like this. So these are our beliefs and these are our traditions. The tradition is so strong that from long years, this this celebration is has was continuing, was started, continued, and it still continues. Next example is rules and regulations. Okay, the rules that maintain order in a culture and the structure that maintain those rules. So, rules and regulations are in terms of can be seen in a culture in terms of values and norms, okay, which are being given from generation to generation. At the same time, rules and regulations can be seen in terms of social control, that is the police service, the traffic police service. All these are also part of rules and regulations in a culture. Art and recreation, the way a culture spends its spare time and expresses itself creatively. So every art, sorry, I mean to say every culture have their art and recreation. Okay, so those arts are being presented and in a way that in certain times in sort of exhibition or in some other forms in or in terms of some competition. Likewise, depending on the situation. So this is how the art of a culture is being shown or is being spared in or being or being we can say is being shown is or is being passed on to the next generation through different activities so that people are aware of the culture or people are aware of the art and recreation in the particular culture. So with this, dear students, I finish up my